Good evening. In today's session, let's discuss regarding the procedure for appointing the Chief Election Commissioner and other election commissioners. Why are we discussing this topic? This is because there is a vacuum in the election commission today. That a vacuum has been created because one of the election commissioners has submitted the resignation very recently. It was Shri Arun Goyal, meaning Shri Arun Goyal, one of the members in the one of the election commissioners, has submitted the resignation very recently. Before that, another election commissioner, Anup Chandra Pandey, has got retired. So one election commissioner got retired, another election commissioner has submitted the resignation. So there is a vacuum. And as we all know, very soon we are going to have Lok Sabha election and few state legislative assembly elections. And election commission has to gear up. But now election commission is left only with the chief election commissioner, Shri Rajiv Kumar. That is the reason why government is gearing up. By March 14th or 15th 2024, the government wants to appoint other two election commissioners also. That is the reason why this topic is very much there in the news. But during our regular Indian polity classes, we have understood very clearly that the chief election commissioner and other election commissioners are appointed by the president. Even today also this statement stands true. But the point is that earlier the president was acting on the recommendation that was sent by Council of Ministers headed by the Prime Minister of India. So the Prime Minister and his colleagues used to decide, and the names would forward to the president, and the president used to appoint them as the CEC and other ECs. But in December 2023, very important for the examination, in December 2023, a new law has come into force, and that has changed the procedure for appointing CEC and other election commissioners. This is what you are supposed to know very clearly. Kindly remember, even today also the CEC and other members are appointed by the President of India. But the President is recommended by a selection committee. Very important. So instead of Council of Ministers headed by the Prime Minister, now it is the selection committee which recommends to the president, and the president will be acting accordingly. Clear? So appointed by the president, recommended by the selection committee. Now, who are the members in this selection committee? That is important for the examination. This selection committee consists of 3 members headed by the Prime Minister of India, number 1. Number 2, leader of opposition in the Lok Sabha. Number 3, any other union minister nominated by the Prime Minister. Prime Minister is the head. Leader of opposition in the Lok Sabha is a member. And any other union minister nominated by the Prime Minister. These 3 members form the selection committee. And this selection committee will sit together. They discuss and decide, and the names will be forwarded to the president, and the president will be appointing them. Point number 1. This is not the end of the story. But how come selection committee will come to a conclusion? What is the panel from which the selection committee will decide the members? For this reason, you have another committee called a search committee. So there is a committee called a search committee that is headed by the law minister. And there are 2 other members. So these 3 members will sit together, and they will pick up 5 names per post. Right? 5 names will be picked up for one post. So today you have the vacancies for 2 election commissioners. So obviously 10 names will be picked up, and those 10 names will be forwarded to selection committee. and the selection committee will sit together. From these 10 names, 2 names will be forwarded to the President of India, and the President will be appointing them as the election commissioners. So this is the procedure you have to remember. Since election commission is very much there in the news, since there is a crisis in the election commission, definitely there is a possibility of a question from this area. Plus, whatever the procedure we are discussing now, that procedure is of recent origin, and a new law came into force in December 2023, and that is being implemented for the first time now. So kindly remember these points. Now I would like to show you two questions, prelims point of view. Two questions I am going to show you. You please try to answer. Look at this. Which of the following statements is or true regarding the appointment of the Chief Election Commissioner and other election commissioners? So if you look at this very clearly, only two statements are given. Only two statements are given. Either two statements may be correct, or both the statements may be wrong, or either of the statements may be correct. Clear? So now only after reading statement A and statement B, we can come to a conclusion that what is the exact procedure now. Clear? Look at this. So the CEC and other members are appointed by the President of India on the advice of the Council of Ministers headed by the Prime Minister. This was the old case and not new. So hence, so statement A is wrong for me. Right? So once I come to know that statement A is wrong, can I remove this one? Is that clear? And can I also remove this statement 3? Right? So just a minute. Sorry, this option 3, can I also remove this? Simple. Now I am left with one statement and two options. If statement B is correct, if statement B is correct, my answer would be option 2. If statement B is wrong, my answer would be option 4. Clear? So this is how you have to filter in the examination, and this comes only through huge practice. Now read statement B. Appointed by the President of India on the recommendation of a high-level selection committee headed by the Prime Minister and comprising a union minister and leader of the opposition in the Lok Sabha. Just now we have discussed. So statement B is very much right. Then straight away I can go for option 2. That is my answer. Clear? Since B is correct, so I cannot say neither A nor B. So my answer is option 2. This is how you have to come to the conclusion. Clear? But you can come to the conclusion only when you have thorough understanding of this particular topic. Clear? So let me check. You also please check whether our answer, whether our option B, option 2 is the correct answer or not. Look at this. Yes, very much. Option 2 is the correct answer and B only is the answer. Am I clear? Next, I would like to show you one more question. Which of the following statements is or true regarding the role of a search committee in the appointment of the CEC and ECs? Now this is related to the role of a search committee. I told you, appointed by the President of India, recommended by the selection committee, and the selection committee will recommend based on the list that is provided by search committee. 5 names for one post. Am I clear? Look at this. A search committee under law minister will prepare a short list of 5 names for each post. Yes, this is very much correct. Clear? So can I remove this one? Is that okay? So can I also remove this one? Just a minute. So let me also remove this. Alright. So B only cannot be. B may be right, but B only, option 2 is not the correct answer. Go by logic. And if you look at the B, the search committee includes the union home secretary and the Department of Personnel and Training Secretary headed by Law Minister. There are two secretaries. One is the secretary for the Department of Home. Second one is the secretary for the Department of Personnel and Training. So this statement is also correct. So obviously what happens? So A only is not the correct answer, right? And I am left with only option 3. Both A and B are correct and my answer is option 3. And let's check whether we'll get a mark on this or not. Yes, so we got a mark on this. And since this is there in the news, plus this is the procedure that has come into the picture very recently, December 2023, you may expect a question from this area. Please be very careful and cautious while answering the question. Thank you so much for being with me, and I'll see you in the next class. Take very good care.